This was literally nothing until Ron Hope came here.
Best thing that's happened to us.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
You made it. Those outlaws didn't give you too much trouble, I trust? I can walk, talk, and breathe without too much. That's good enough for me. I'm sure they didn't want to die any more than you did. It's a pointless and stupid waste of life. You've got good timing. A courier just came in from Aquila. The Marshal sends his regards along with it. I was surprised as hell to learn about the starship theft. Nobody said it. Anyway, Mr. Hope can see us whenever you're ready. If you need to take a little time first, feel free. His office is upstairs. He's in a meeting, but it should be wrapping up. Come on.
Keep an eye on your valve.
Trucks in space!
I'm guessing more.
Their motto always cracks me up.
Ron Hope isn't just the founder and president of Hope Tech. He's on the Council of Governors. The Council oversees the Freestar Rangers, so don't rile him up. I've spent a long time trying to build a good relationship with Hope. He comes on a little strong, but there's a lot to admire about the man.
We'd be
Everything
dust
you see
except
around
for the
you,
factory.
he built. Pretty much everyone in this town owes him for their livelihood. Can't begin to imagine the kind of pressure that must put on someone. All I'm saying is, try to show a little respect. All the way up. Is it just me, or does every executive in the settled systems have an office on the top floor? I guess being above everyone makes them feel like they're, well, above everyone.
Off orders.
We could
Nothing
try
good ever
outsourcing.
comes from
Do a contract with scavengers, maybe, but that's a decision that's got to be made upstairs.
Well, talk to Elaine about the scavengers. It's not a bad idea, provided we get a good deal. And I don't mean a fair deal. I mean a good deal. Remember, it's not just our bottom line that matters. We're also responsible for the welfare of everyone in the factory. We look out for our people here, Burchett. That's a point of great personal pride.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Well now, the Freestar Rangers. At last! Dan, good to see you. I think we're done here, Burchett.
Yes, sir.
This is the deputy I told you about.
Splendid. Splendid! It's a noble calling being a Freestar Ranger. We certainly could use more of you. Let's get down to it, shall we? Time is money. I'm sure I don't have to tell you what an ouch. That's good news. Of course, that doesn't mean I want the thief found. And I'm sure I don't need to remind you. I'm glad we understand each other.
I'd take Ron Hope over Benjamin Bayou any day of the week. Looks like we got a job to do.
Now, tell me that you've at least... Know what happened after the ship was taken? What does Well, I'm not sure No, nothing at all. Not that it didn't have great value, mind you. Oh, you can bet my ships last twice. We questioned everyone who was in the building when it happened, and not one person seems to have seen anything. Frankly, I think that's both highly unlikely and more than a little suspicious. However, I can't deny there are times when the hang... What? We vet our people thoroughly here. Nevertheless, I suppose I could have... Rest assured, if we turn up... Because I told them not to. If word got out, it would... I'm in fierce competition with... what's more, every starship thief in the settled... Very well. This town is home to men, women. I provide jobs that put food on their tables. If word gets out about the stolen ship, my investor...
You've got a reputation for looking after your own, Mr. Hope. I'm sure the deputy here will keep that in mind.
Is that so? Well, I'm glad to hear it. I've worked hard to make... I'm glad we understand.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hope, but there's been a development.
Not now, Cosette. I'm in the middle of something.
I could really
sir,
bend your ear when you got a
We have
moment.
new information. I've just received a report that the stolen ship was seen landing at Neon just after the theft.
A breakthrough at last. Well, Deputy, it sounds like you'll be heading to Neon, which means I can get back to work. Remember what we discussed. My people are depending on you.
Hey, can I get a word? Okay, let's talk about next steps. That wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Let's hope. So, guess you're headed for Neon. There's a ranger stationed there. Name's Jalen Price. He's a little different than the rest of us, but... He's what I'd call a pragmatist. He's also well-connected, which means a lot. You should listen to what he tells you. It'll keep... Well, we could talk for an hour about... The short version would be that crime, law, and justice don't exactly mean... The badge doesn't carry the same weight on Neon, so... He should be able to help you out. Well, we've both got work to do. It was good to meet you, Deputy. Thanks. I'll be taking it easy for a couple of days. Then, I need to get back up there, and I'm hoping to track one of their ships so I can find their hideout. Guess we could both use a little... No problem. Good luck.
Victory in my book. Leon, do you got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able. I must confess, the hum of a grav drive makes me feel alive. I don't got many friends, so I figure my past keeps showing up. Hell. Right. When I turned 18, my dad used one of his many connections to get me... That, plus the magical co-family name, meant I was shipping freight out of Aquila. If there's a way to take the wonder out of every milligram of helium-3 accounted for, timetables down to the second, too busy to ever really appreciate any... Yeah, so an opportunity comes by from the boss man. He says, run this job, don't... Hell, I was still just a kid. I knew I wasn't shipping some dried mangoes, but suddenly got it. Up until then, I tried my best to be the dutiful son. This was a rush. It's a thrill. It felt like I was finally... You think? So, more jobs started coming. And everywhere I went, suddenly dangerous people were much better armed. I'd hear about armed conflicts and civilian casualties. Maybe I wasn't smuggling weapons, maybe I was carrying some. As long as I never open the boxes, I can keep pretending. Soon the boss man's relying on me, and the pay was nice. We also started partying. Never had a lick of trouble. I had booze enough and drugs enough to never really... I knew if I did... At the time, I thought I was the bee's knees. But looking back, a lot of it was dumb luck. Oh, you're a Cole like Solomon? Made you... You're right, of course. To this day, I don't know what I was running that last job. But it was tasty enough, a whole mess of Crimson Fleet jumped me at the rendezvous. Yeah, a sane man would have been scared. But I looked at my pissant trading skiff's dual cannons and... Yeah, I blew up one of the pirates before they realized that I was out of my gourd. I managed to get them down to 2 left before every system I had was fried. And that should have been the end. But that's when the Ranger... It just felt right. Like, and I was young, no care in the world. I thought, you know... Hey, I'm not proud of it, okay? And then, dependable and straight as an arrow. Lillian Hart. The Rangers took them out, no problem. All that's fuzzy, though. See, I passed out. Offered me a job. Yeah, by all rights, it should have been a... And that's it. All my card. Officially, my cargo was destroyed by the... Unofficially, hell yes, she knew. I don't know why she did it, but... And after she helped me so... Well, after I hit bottom, I learned a lot. But the thing that scares me is Cora. Sometimes the way she looks at me, I'm not worthy of it. Well, ain't that something? Just so you know, all this, and I really need to own that. Now, tell her about that follow-through you mentioned. Cora's end. Well, for now, let's... Like getting a root canal.
Cause any trouble, and I'll drag you straight to lockup. Be careful, everybody. Just do it somewhere else.
Coochie's a lot of fun. I even bring Cora here every now and then.
Hey, I don't care who you work for. You can't just... Oh. The one and only. Well, the Marshal's message said you were following a lead. Truth is, a lot of stolen goods flow through here. But this city is... You can count on my help if you play by... This isn't Aquila City. The people who run this place aren't overly... Our job is to keep the peace, make sure the last thing anyone around here wants.
Neon's a tough assignment. The ecosystem is rigged against any real law enforcement.
I pick my battles. Our first duty is to protect them, but sometimes you have to choose which people to protect. Good.
That's a smart play, as much as it rankles.
Your stolen ship would have had to land at the spaceport. If it was right off the factory floor, There's a guy I know, Billy Clayton. I'll introduce you, but don't expect a favor, even if it doesn't cost Believe it or not, yeah, it was. My mother's an executive with Ryujin, so I volunteered for this post as much to keep the other Rangers out of trouble. If some hotshot rookie took this job and started flashing the badge everywhere. Nah, I've got friends. I'm the son of a Ryujin Industries executive. Maybe you've heard of her. There's a sort of fragile piece here. It's better for everyone if the syndicates and the corporations stay out of people's business until you can. Be willing to let the small stuff slide. Don't break up a fight unless it's getting... Most of all, of course, Neon's full of debt. For some, it's drugs. For others, it's gambling. There are a lot of... My rule is simple. If some... Rangers are supposed to exercise good judgment. I'm one... The best I can do is try to protect the ones who are... This is Neon. There are no guarantees, and who I find trustworthy. Talk to him or don't. It's your call. Come on. That was pretty impressive how you volunteered to help out with the bank heist in Aquila City. Yeah, I read all the reports. I learned quickly that in Neon, staying informed and staying alive are closely linked. What stood out to me was that you didn't lose a single hostage. No wonder the marshal tried to recruit you right away. If he hadn't, it would have made him look like a fool, having some random stranger step in and do the job he couldn't. Now, if someone tried to hold up a bank here... You understand that, don't you? That's why you just told me that you won't cause trouble. Keep that in mind, you'll fit right in.
If a neuro amp helps you get a better job, it basically pays for itself.
Move along.
Hey, Billy, you got a second?
What? Oh, it's you. Gave me a good scare. I thought you were one of Goodman's people.
Far from it. Our new deputy here is working a case, and I thought you might be able to help. Take it away, rookie.
What do you need? Well, here's the thing. Neon's got no end of ships. It's tough for a guy to remember one from...
I can see where this is going.
Yeah, well, I'm one of them. I can help you. But right now, my life is in danger. Freestar Rangers are supposed to protect it. Please, just hear me out, okay? Then you need to hear this. It's about my brother. He died while still in debt to a syndicate loan shark by the name. Now, Goodman's coming after me to collect. He says if I...
This Emmett Goodman sounds like a real classic.
Yeah. He's bad even by Neon standards. And that's saying something. the only one that matters around here. The Seoka Syndicate. That being said, rumor has it that Emmett Goodman is on the outs, so they might not miss him much. I swear it on my best set of wrenches. Goodman's holed up in one of the warehouses on Epside. Place is locked up tight, but there's a guard who watches the door.
I'll stay with Billy in case Goodman's men come to collect. They're not stupid enough to take.
You'd better keep walking. Do you now? Yeah, I hope. I'm still willing. I'm glad you understand. You go in, talk to the man, try anything stupid. This will get you in.
Something I can do for you, friend. Well now, always tell me what brings you by. Oh, it's just a modest enterprise, really. You could call, but I'm sure you ain't here. It's awful kind of you to intervene on my behalf. Thank you all the same.
I can't tell if he's kidding or not.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Cal agreed to my terms, including collection. It ain't my fault he dragged Billy into it. But mate, what's your stake in this anyway? Well, I'm afraid that's just... Then offer me something I want. That is true. I know all. Let's just calm. Well, that ain't wrong. I suppose I could make an exception. It's just this once, you understand. Just promise me you'll keep my compassionate...
Make it quick, then get out of here.
What? Got a problem?
Well, that looked painful.
You better watch it.
Sorry, what?
Stay out of trouble or we'll have a problem.
Don't make assumptions.
Did you talk to Goodman? Yeah. I figured. Glad the badge still means something.
The syndicate doesn't worry all that.
Okay. Time for me to keep my... The woman you're looking for is named Grace Early. Stealing ships is her line of work. She usually... Rumor has it she just finished a job for some mercenary outfit. And she's been...
I know her. When she isn't out on a job, she's a wreck. That's on the upper platform.
You try a velocity yet? It'll change your life.
A Freestar Ranger and his... What are you? Aside. Well, I'm sure your mom is real. So how come I'm talking to the sidekick instead of the Ranger?
This is the deputy.
Is that so? And you had to bring backup? Anyway, this ain't my first interrogation. A time or two, maybe more. And you... Aw, ain't you polite? I'm guessing this is the part where you tell me that you've got questions. That sound about right? All right. So I jacked it. I didn't even keep it. It was a job. I turned it over to some men, and they took off for who knows. Nothing I did put anyone in danger, okay? Hey, all I did was provide them with transportation. Look, I wouldn't have got involved if I thought anyone would be hurt. I've got no love for violence.
Not asking questions is just as bad as giving consent. If that woman had been killed, you'd be an accessory.
Yeah. Shh. I hear you. Huh. I guess if I can't trust a Freestar Ranger. I was approached by a woman named Maya Cruz. Said she was a senior member of the 1st, and she was working with someone inside Hope Tech and pitched. We were deep into planning the job when she had some kind of medical emergency. She said she needed surgery. That was a few weeks ago. Huh? You serious? Only some kind of offhanded comment about their client. In my line of work, you learn not to ask a lot of questions. No, but it sounded serious. Didn't seem right I should pry. Not long after that, I got a message from a guy named Marco. He said he was the... Never met him directly, though. It was always through intermediary. Got the feeling he was paranoid as hell.
Do you have one of those encrypted slates on you right now?
Yeah. Here, take it. Anything else you want to know? Nothing, really. I was told. Not so much as a hint. I'll tell you.
Bankrolling the 1st must take a lot of money. I'm sure he's got...
No. Left me feeling a little disappointed. Given how... Works for me.
Next time you're at the Rock, you should give that encrypted slate to Ranger. He's got a gift for cryptography. If anyone, I'm gonna head back. Good luck, Deputy.
Then I'm free to go. Suits me. I'm getting too old for this line of work. Ain't many can say they grabbed a ship right out of Hope Tech. Should make a good story for the kids.
I was just starting to thank you for...
I wonder why Solomon named this place Aquila. You'd think I know the answer to that, but I don't.
Got a freighter coming soon. No time to lose. Hey, Deputy.
Excuse me.
Well, hey there. That's it then?
The mayor's alright. Always painting too rosy a picture, though. Be safe out. I'm grateful to have a little more help around here.
Better this than being some dust wrangler.
Our newest deputy. Hey, I wondered when you might come by. Nia's report said you were heading for Neon? I've always wanted to go there. Oh, I can't fly anywhere. Issues with my Eustachian. Being in a pressurized environment is like someone taking a laser cutter to the... But at least I can pretend to visit the party capital of the galaxy by having you tell me. Yeah, I bet. It just sounds... Probably makes Aquila City look like the more boring backwater town. And alas, I'll have to experience. So how'd it go? Turn up anything useful? Oh, come to daddy, my sweet little mystery slate. I see lots of coffee and late nights ahead. Now, if you get any more of these, bring them to me. It helps if I can. Just look for me up here. I have no life, so I'm not used. It'll take as long as it takes. One thing I can promise you, though, is that it'll go a lot faster. Oh, why should I? Nothing but dirt, cold air, and us. I like my nice, cozy Oh, I will. I guarantee it.
I need a word. Welcome back. Any luck finding? Glad you got a chance to meet. Sounds like you're making real You're off to a good start, but what did you learn from this start? Well done, Deputy. Sounds like you've got a couple of new leads to follow up on. I have a gift. I served with Maya Cruz. She's a technical... I can give you some background if you want it, or we can go straight to planning your next... There was a mech driver in the 1st Cavalry named Mark. He came from money. And when the 1st Cav got a reputation as the top unit, Marco had a knack for getting hold of anything we needed. He had this dream to become a wealthy businessman when he got out. All right. Most likely place would be the clinic. It's in Freestar Collect. They also guarantee privacy. Ranger Ben Armistead is posted there. I'll send him an update on the situation. Around the time he got out of jail, we started hearing Marco's name in circulation. Word is, based on what you've learned, I'd presume he's funneling his ill-gotten gains. Ranger Autumn McMillan is out at Red Mile right now, looking into the smuggling operation. I suggest you pool your resources. Just remember, that's outside Freestar Collect. Your priority is to gather more intel about the 1st. What are they planning? Who are they working for? Where are they headed? Just remember that your targets were locked up because they were loyal to their unit. In other words, you ain't gonna get a warm welcome. Good hunting, Deputy.